Well, howdy do, y'all. I snuck out of town, and I am at Prison Brews in Jefferson City, Missouri. I have never been here before. I had just ordered the sampler. It is 7-ounce beers for $10.50. That's pretty reasonable for a sample, folks. See if I can pick this up without spilling any of my beers so you can see them there. Let me run them by you real quick. Okay. So Go to Jail Ale is this one. It's 4.6%, light-bodied, pale yellow color, and frothy head is brewed with wheat and carapils. The second, they put an orange in. I probably wouldn't have ordered it that way, but I just ordered the sampler. It's obviously how it's served. I ate your honey wheat brewed with wheat and special honey malt plus pure clover honey. All right, it's fermented with American wheat ale yeast. Give it a hazy yellow color. It's 4.8%. So we have a couple sessionable, if not session ales, beers, as it were. The Southern Hemisphere IPA is 7.8%. Holy crap! That's kind of a cloudy, almost like a sunrise or sunset kind of color going on. This India Pale Ale is brewed with hops from south of the equator. Williams hops from New Zealand give it a tangelo flavor with hint of pine. And Australia's Galaxy hops give it a sweet fruit flavors of passion fruit and clean citrus. And there we go, it's 7.8%. And then the Prison Town Brown, medium-bodied mahogany beer with the creamy tan head, malty mild, not so bitter. This beer is rich in flavor. English call it a session beer because it's low in alcohol. This one's 4.8%, so it's a little more than session strength by most standards, if not all. The next is a change. On the menu it says Belgian Blonde, but the guy just came by and said the Blonde is out. The spring they brought in a Maybach, so I don't have any information on this other than it's a Maybach. Then I have the Big House IPA, the 7%. Our India Pale Ale is deep golden. Okay, much different color than the other one. This looks like more what you would expect. Is a deep golden, amber-colored beer brewed with Simcoe, Citra, Zythos, and Amarillo. Beer is then dry hop for extra flavor and aroma, 7%. So both the IPAs are pretty big. What do you think about that? I'm going to pay $10.50 for 49 ounces of beer. That's pretty damn good. This is the Death Row Oatmeal Stout, 6.5%. That's pretty big. This is a rich, full-bodied ale with sweet caramel flavors and hints of roasted coffee and chocolate. Flaked oaks are added to the mash to give it a smooth mouth. I got bifocals. They didn't want to. Anyway, so Go to Jail Ale, a light-bodied beer with a pale yellow color. Frothy head is brewed with wheat and carapils malt, giving you light crisp. So this is basically an American-style lager using wheat and carapils. Very easy drinking. You can't tell there's weed in it. Aroma is light, a little earthy and grassy. It's very pleasant. There's nothing remarkable. It doesn't, knock your taste buds out, but this beer isn't supposed to be. This is more or less a lawnmower beer, 4.6%. Much cleaner than any, macro. Very pleasant, nice and easy drinking. So I'm going to take a break here and I'll go through the rest of them later. We ordered some food and I'm going to drink out of order because a couple of these I'm going to drink with my food. Switching over to the Southern Hemisphere IPA using hops from south of the equator. This one uses New Zealand. Williams hops from New Zealand, giving it a tangelo flavor and a hint of pine, while the Australian Galaxy give it a sweet fruit flavors of passion fruit and clean citrus. Yeah, wow. Yeah, you get the hints of pine. The aroma is beautiful, actually. You get some big juice to get the tangelo, for sure. I probably, had I not read Tango, I probably would have interpreted it as tangerine, to be honest. There is some sweetness. I imagine I'm not real familiar with a passion fruit, but I think that's probably what that is. Oh yeah, wow. I think most hopheads would like this. This is kind of one of the, it has the flavors of what's trendy in a IPA these days. It has those big tropical fruit flavors, the passion fruit, mango, some pineapple even, along with that pine that's in there, and you have that orange citrus. They call it Tangelo. I'm going to just agree. Because it has that feel of orange zest all the way through it. So there you go. Hey, I have the Prison Brown Ale, medium-bodied mahogany beer. Here we go, with a creamy tan head, malty, mild, not so bitter. 4.8%. Beer of richer flavor. The English call it a session beer because it's low in alcohol. No, I'm not going to call it a session at 4.8. More on the Prison Brown. I get mild coffee and a lot of toffee on the nose. It's the same on the flavor. It is very smooth. I'm not going to call 4.8 a session. Some argue it's 4, some 4.5, 4.8, but it's certainly not big. I can session it. So anyway, there you go. I wanted to save a couple of these for my food, and I'm going to have the I Ain't Your Honey Wheat. It's brewed with wheat and special honey plus pure clover honey, fermented with an American wheat ale yeast. Slightly hazy, as it says. They serve it with the orange. I probably wouldn't have ordered that way. That's how it's served. My wife and I ordered a pork loin sandwich and we're sharing. Here's what I have left of it. Also has some beer battered onion rings that they serve with their house-made chipotle ketchup, so I'm going to try it that way. I don't typically do don't typically do food videos because no one wants to see me with my mouth full, but I thought I'd show you there. But that's kind of why I chose this beer. Just wanted something light to wash it down with. Oh yeah, wow. I'm getting a lot of orange probably because there's an orange in my beer. You can certainly taste the honey. I'm also getting some light spice, almost like a nutmeg-like note. Very easy drinking, perfect summer beer, so there you go. The next up on their menu was the Belgian Blonde, which they've just replaced with the Maibach. They don't have it on the menu. Aroma is what a typical Maibach is. It is light. Aroma, it's a little sweet, a little earthy.
One of the superstores. Okay. All right. Well, I was just wondering how big your store is.
It's nice. It is more malty than hoppy, as this style is supposed to be. It is a light spring bock.
All right. Thank you.
If you like this style, you're going to like it. It is big malty. It's a little bit sweet. And it is pleasant, easy drinking. So there you go. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That's the way to start a video, Tom. So, the Big House IPA has 7%. India Pale Ale is deep gold, amber color beer brewed with Simcoe, Citra, Zethos, and Amarillo. Big, piney, slightly citrus aroma. I'm certainly getting the pine, some grapefruit, some oranges. Oh yeah, it is nice on the palate. It is that typical golden IPA that is very popular right now. You do get some of that pine, you do get some grapefruit that are in the classic IPAs, but it also has a lot of those big tropical fruit notes that you typically get from the stick of hop. It's very nice. Last but certainly not least, getting to the Death Row Oatmeal Brown, 6.5%. It uses flaked oats. A lot of coffee and chocolate on the aroma. You can definitely tell the oats are there. A lot of coffee, a lot of chocolate, a lot of toffee. It's very nice, balanced oatmeal brown at 6.5%. You probably wouldn't want to drink a lot, but it is not feel as lighter than you think. I would probably call it a medium bodied beer. It's certainly not heavy. Big enough to hold up in the fall, winter, light enough to drink in the spring, summer. So, Tyler Lewis, I'll see you later.